بيسامك ده you go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Apologies for the connection. What I feel is we need to bring the telecom industries part of the Toastmaster community so that we won't have this challenge. What I was trying to stress earlier is how do we utilize Toastmasters as a base for building us through the different skills that we gain through the journey of Toastmasters so that we could be better in what we do, but at the same time, garner more revenue generating schemes. When you are in Toastmasters, all the tasks that you carry out, all the activities that you do have a tendency of sharpening you and modeling you to be a better public speaker and communicator. But if we see it beyond this public speaking and communication platform, Toastmasters is the ideal place from the perspective of gaining you more skills that you're going to be able to utilize in your leadership, communication, and professional journey. Let's say being a Toastmaster of the afternoon, being a contest chair, these are the skills that you're going to be learning in Toastmasters. But yet again, these are the skills that you're going to utilize as a marketable skill. You're going to be asked to be a moderator in a panel discussion. You're going to be asked to be an MC in a different platforms. The more you join and practice the Toastmasters journey, the more you're going to be able to refine yourself so that you're going to be effective in these skills. In the 21st century that we are in, one revenue source is not going to be enough. It's not going to cut it when it comes to meeting the change and the inflations that we are seeing, not just in Ethiopia, but in Africa in general and globally. So what is it that I have taken from Toastmasters that I could utilize as my marketable skill is one of the things that I want you to ask yourself at this right moment. Is it writing that you've learned better through Toastmasters that you could be able to utilize it in your professional journey? Maybe writing a couple of articles in a month so that you could generate more revenue. Or is it the skill of coordination, organizing? Now, Toastmaster Ruth has been spearheading this magnificent event. Now, beyond Toastmasters, how could she utilize it so that she could be able to organize events and get paid for it as well? I have seen Toastmaster Magdas chairing the contest that happened a bit earlier. And this is a skill that she is learning in Toastmasters, but how could she utilize it going forward in her professional career? Maybe moderating discussions that she might be engaged in. In Toastmasters, all the small things that we learn, all the small assignments that we think we are assigned with, each of them have a tendency of sharpening your axe, sharpening your soul so that you could be by far better than you were yesterday. Take one skill, specialize on it, build yourself with it, then bring it to the next level. I could see in this crowd amazing trainers to be, amazing public speakers, but at the same time, these individuals that we have seen in Toastmasters could also be individuals that are going to be taking the bigger stage in a national level, in the continental level, and in the global perspective. That is something that we're going to get through Toastmasters. Yet again, I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I have learned so much in Toastmasters that I could take further with me? For me, because I enjoy being in Toastmasters a lot, I've made it a mission to make sure that whatever I do in my professional career has a touch of Toastmasters in it. And it has helped me to be by far better than I was. I can tell you with all honesty that I am by far a better teacher than I was before I joined Toastmasters. And I can still tell you, I have become a better trainer mainly because Toastmasters has sharpened me and it has made me to be competitive in the industry as well. So as a final remark, what is it that you've taken from Toastmasters that you could charter a new revenue track in your life, that you could be able to celebrate and win the different challenges that you're going to face in the journey of life? Back to you, Toastmaster Ruth.
Thank you so much, DTM Magdala. Honestly, it's a really good insight to be involving marketing along with Toastmasters. I have a couple of questions, if you'd be staying with us as an interview of sorts. Okay, the first question I have is, for how many years have you been part of Toastmasters now?
I've been in Toastmasters since 2012. That makes it 12 years now. The intention is to stay a bit longer than this. Another 12 years is in the making.
Nice. Also, what's in it for you now? We know that you have already earned your DTM, and majority of Toastmasters think that after DTM, there's nothing else going on. Even I could testify to that. But what is it in Toastmasters for you now?
I would say there are three things that makes me come to Toastmasters over and over again. The first is the never-ending learning opportunity that you get in Toastmasters. Every session, there is a new insight. Every session, there is a new input. Every session, there is a different perspective that you learn. And that's what keeps me coming to Toastmasters. That's the first. The second is the amazing network that we build in Toastmasters helps us to be by far a better professionals in our careers. I've met a lot of people in Toastmasters that have helped me to be a better person as an individual, as a professional. And majority of the things that I do currently is a result of Toastmasters. The third is working on yourself is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous process. Currently, I'm doing my second DTM, mainly because the legacy model that I have done my DTM on, and the pathways are amazingly different. In pathways, there is a new version of me that I want to bring out, and that's one of the reasons that made me stay in Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, DTM Magdala. Just a final note, what would you advise for the rest of the contestants that are here with us today?
I would say contest is not about how you've been doing it in the past. Contest is about how you do it in the moment. Be you, do you. Don't be distracted by the small things that might happen. Contesting in a virtual platform is never easy. There are times that some people might unmute unconsciously their mics. There might be distractions that might happen. Use it, embrace it, grow with it. The small failures that you might think that you've made, use it to color your speech. Don't try to remember everything that you have written in your speech that you have rehearsed. Improvise. And that improvisation brings the best out of you. And yet again, being on the platform, being part of the contestant, you are already a winner, and embrace that. I would love to see everybody shining, glowing, sharing us different perspectives. Thank you very much, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, DTM Magdala Makra. It's a wonderful advice, and I hope all the contestants take a note on that. Please display the certificate of appreciation to our keynote speaker. Thank you so much, our SAA. Now I'll move over and invite our contest chair, again, AD Magda Samrat, back to the podium and to take over the humorous contest.
Thank you very much, Ruth. All right, now we move on to the humorous speech contest. Well, Humorous speech contest is when a contestant give an original speech with humor value. I've told you that Chief Judge, her Toastmaster, she was a DTM, she's a DTM, she's also the former past district director, but now let me tell you her career because it's really awesome. So she is the founder, she's the executive director of the Institute of the Human Rights and Development in Africa. She led a Pan-African organization that works to promote and protect human rights. She is also the founder of the African Hub for Accountability and Development Initiative, a practice that co-creates sustainable solutions and strengthens people-led accountability in Africa. She is passionate about accountability, justice, good governance, and sustainable development in Africa and beyond. I give back the podium to the Chief Judge DTM Emilia Sivingwa.
Thank you very much, Madam Contest Chair. You are very kind. Once again, good morning, Toastmasters and guests. For the humorous speech contest, judges will be looking out for 3 main criteria. The first being content, which will comprise 55% of the overall score, which looks at speech development, effectiveness, the speech value, as well as the audience response. The second key criteria will be speech delivery, and that will include aspects of the physicality, the voice, and the manner in which the contestant will deliver their speech. And lastly, the judges will be looking at language, which will comprise 15% of the overall score, and that will look at appropriateness and correctness of the speech. For the humorous speech contest, each contestant will have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver their speech. Timer number 1 will display the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. Once again, we will have 8 judges who will be judging this particular contest and 1 tie-breaking judge. We have 2 timers, 3 ballot counters. All are ready and good to go. Best wishes to all contestants. Back to you, Madam Contest Chair.
Thank you very much, Chief Judge DTM Emilia. So we will go directly to the humorous speech contestants. So the first, I will tell you, audience, the contest order. The first contestant is going to be Toastmaster Mamaye Asfa. The second contestant will be Toastmaster Henok Bekala. The third contestant will be Faban Tasamma, the Wamyubi Karabe. We're going to have 3 contestants. So the first contestant, Toastmaster Mamaye Asfa, please unmute yourself, and Essay, please spotlight her. Perfect. Can you say Legacy of African Legends?
Legacy of African Legends.
Sounds clear. Can you see the timer?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. So first contestant, Toastmaster Mamaye Asfa, you can't blame us. You can't blame us, Toastmaster Mamaye Asfa.
What's up? I was born in 1999, and as Collins Dictionary defines, those who were born from 1995 to 2015, I'm a Gen Z. Anybody in the crowd? How surprised would you be to find a study that shows Gen Zs as a generation have the highest EQ and IQ ever recorded in human history? I would be surprised. No, there's no study like that. But we're not winning on those. We're a generation well known for being lazy, unmotivated, rebellious, and always looking for shortcuts. And I say, you can't blame us. We were raised by parents who were so busy trying to make ends meet that they didn't have that much time for us. We were left to find life lessons from books and movies we find. And this is the lesson we learn. I'm pretty sure most Gen Zs here have grown up watching Teletubbies. Do you remember the big, giant, fluffy creatures with antennas in their head? Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lana, was Paul. It's the red one with the scooter. I think it was a scooter that did it for me. Which one was your favorite? And we loved watching this. But you know what I don't remember about Teletubbies? I've never seen them eating green. All I see them was eating eggs and toast and smoothie, but that's it. No wonder why our eating habits are so bad. And another thing I don't remember about them is I've never seen them working out or working for that matters. Whatever they need, it's there with a touch of a button. They need food, they press a button. They need play, they press a button. Whatever they need, they just press a button. So we learn instant gratification. That's what we learned. And you expect us to work? And they used to carry around these giant boxes in their stomach, if you remember. All they need is to find some signal, and then there was the box. Whatever they need, whoever they want to connect with, right there. And us Gen Zs, we shrink the box enough to fit in our pockets, and there you have it, people. Whatever we need in our pockets. There weren't so many movies back then. So we stick to reading books. And oh, did we love those books. The Green Fairy Tales and Arabian Nights. But the lesson we learned, let's see them. Cinderella. Everybody knows the story. She grew up with her step-family, and she cooked and cleaned and swept and dusted and sewed. She fed them and clothed them. She worked hard, very, very hard for her family. And what did she get? Nothing. But the one time she sneaked out to a ball, talked to strangers till midnight, lose her shoe, and bam! She landed herself a prince. So, moral of the story, sneak out, talk to stranger till midnight, lose the shoe, and then you'll find a prince. I tried it. I didn't find myself a prince. Maybe it was because I lost both shoes though. Let's switch stories. Let's go to Snow White, fair as snow. But cohabitating with not one or two, but 7 guys. And she was asleep when she found her prince, right? Same goes for Sleeping Beauty. She was asleep for 100 years before she could find her prince. There you have it. Why it's so hard for us to leave our bed. What if I get out of my bed and miss my chance to meet my prince? Who will rescue me? You want to switch stories? Let's switch stories to Arabian Nights. Aladdin, a lazy boy who found himself a lamp. And then he found a genie that take orders with a snap of a finger, become the richest guy in overnight. Moral of the story, find shortcuts. Find somebody else to do the job for you. That's what we learned. With the little time we have with our parents, we saw them dealing with conflicts. This is how they deal with conflicts. You usually have a fight with a neighbor, kid, or somebody your age. For me, it was our neighbor, Abid, an annoying kid. But anyway, you come crying to your parents. Nanny, it's me. We've seen them dealing with these issues 3 ways. The first one, oh, baby, come on. Who hit you? Oh, my dear, come on, fix them. I will hit them for you. 1, hit them for you. And 2, oh, I'm not getting into your petty fights. No worry, you deal it with yourself. And 3, you go, and they would say, oh, no, you hit him back. Hit back where he hit you. So we hit back. We fight back. We fight back our parents. We fight back the government. We fight back every single thing that comes in our way. There's a quote by Michael Wolff. that goes, strong men created good times created weak men created hard times, and hard times created strong men, and then the cycle continues. We're the generation that was born between the hard times and the good times. You can't tell us things are better. We haven't seen the war. Everything we see is a disaster. But we know these are not the hard times yet. We're a generation that's lost and confused. And you tell us we're lazy and unmotivated and angry. And I say, you can't blame us. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mamaye. Now we give 1 minute of silence for the judges to share the ballot. My timer, please show me red at 1.
Contest chair, 1 minute is up.
Thank you very much, timer. Now we go to the second contestant, Toastmaster Henok Bekele. Toastmaster Henok Bekele.
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't start my video.
Okay. Until then, they say, please highlight Toastmaster Henok. Now you're on. Perfect.
Yep.
Can you say legacy of African legends?
Legacy of African legends.
Can you see the timer?
I think I'd have to be on the gallery view for me to do that. Yeah, that's fine.
Can you see the timer?
I can, but I have to be in the gallery view. But right now I'm in immersive view.
All
I can
right.
see that. I can see that. No problem.
Okay. Now you can see it. Confirm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. The second contestant, Toastmaster Henok Bekele, Temptation. Temptation, Toastmaster Henok Bekele.
Life feels like a test I did not study for. I relate to that quote on so many levels, except for me, sometimes life feels like a test I didn't know I was taking. But I'm not complaining. No, sir, I'm not complaining at all. As a matter of fact, I kind of like the challenge. But there is one thing that I wish I did not have to face. One thing in particular that I wish I did not have to deal with. And that is the desire for women. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am man enough to admit that I simply wish I did not have to deal with the temptation. Now, bear with me. I'm going to explain. You see, as you all know, my country, Ethiopia, is full of beautiful women. And for a young man like me, that can be extremely distracting. So shortly after I graduated college, I decided to make a pact with myself that I was going to stay away from girls until I was ready to get married, which, by the way, I still am not. So my rule was simple. Basically, if it's a female and you're not going to marry it, stay the hell away from it. Simple enough, right? Now, obviously, that is easier said than done because we live in a world that oversells the idea of romance to us. I mean, the music that we listen to is about romance. The movies that we watch, the things that we see on social media, it's like the universe doesn't want us to think of anything else but the opposite sex. So I knew I had my work cut out for me. And the first thing that I decided to do was remove all social media apps from my phone. So Instagram, gone. TikTok, gone. Facebook, gone. I mean, who the hell uses Facebook anyway, right? Now, I wish I could tell you that distancing myself from social media was enough to set me free. But as you can imagine, it wasn't. You see, because I am constantly surrounded by young, attractive women in real life. And I don't know whether it's because I'm actively trying to avoid them, but for some reason, I just can't seem to escape their presence, which is very problematic because some women will wear just about anything if it means they can garner the attention of men. And that's not the worst part. These women will tell you that they dressed up for themselves and not for the attention of men, which is absolute bull crap. By the way, I don't buy that for a second. Now, regardless, I try my best. In fact, I try my hardest to stay away from such temptations. But it doesn't always go so well. You see, occasionally, I find myself in situations that are impossible to escape from. I remember a few months ago, I was on my way to work and I was running a little late. So I quickly jumped into the backseat of a tiny taxi. Now, a few minutes after I got in, two gorgeous looking young ladies decided to hop onto the taxi as well. And of all the ways we could have sat in that tiny taxi, they got in and decided to sit on either side of me, meaning one on each side. I tried to maintain a composed face, but inside I was screaming, why? Why? I mean, here I am, a guy who was just in a hurry to go to work, and by some sick twist of events, I find myself sandwiched between two attractive young ladies and the backseat of a tiny taxi. As we started to drive off, I couldn't help but think of two things. The first thing that I thought was, wow, this is an insane amount of perfume. And the second thing that I thought was, is my fantasy coming true? So I started to freak out a little bit. Needless to say, between the combined smell of their perfumes and my unorthodox thoughts running wild in my head, I felt like I was going to suffocate and die on the spot. So I needed to distract myself, so I quickly pulled out my phone and started to fumble with it. But regardless of what was on my phone screen, I just could not stop myself from imagining all the 216 scenarios that could unfold in that tiny taxi. Now, to say it's one of the longest rides I've ever been in would be the understatement of the century. But we managed to reach our destination before I collapsed on one of them. It's funny the way things work because the more I wanted to run away from these temptations, it's like the harder they started chasing me. Not long after the taxi incident, I found myself in yet another damnable situation. This time, I was at a bank. And I remember I went in there to make some sort of deposit, so I quickly filled out the deposit form and handed it to the teller. And I remember vividly, as I was handing her the form, I noticed that this woman was not wearing any bra. Crazy, I know. This is a true story, by the way. So at first, I instantly froze because I think my rational brain could not process what I was looking at. And so I actually went into some sort of dogmatic slumber and quickly roused myself and confirmed again, yep, she's not wearing any bras. I can see her bazookas. So I quickly decided to look away. And while I was looking away, until she was done doing whatever she was doing, which was taking forever, by the way, and while I was looking away, I couldn't help but feel like I was being watched. You know that feeling you get when you're being watched and you don't know by who? Now, I know this woman is writing something on a piece of paper with her head down, but I felt like her bazookas were staring right at me, almost judging me for not looking. It's like they were saying, hey, Henok, hello, hey, you know you want to look at it, so why do you deny yourself? I almost turned and said, shut up, but I didn't, because that would mean I'd have to look at them again. So I took my receipts while trying my hardest not to look her way or their way, depending on the way you look at it, and I got myself out of there. Now, I wish I could tell you that I found some sort of magic wand that helps me get rid of all of these temptations instantly, but I haven't. In fact, I know I said life feels like a test I didn't know I was taking, but this actually feels like a test I knew I was taking, a test I was well prepared for, but a test I keep failing at. Now, just like anything else, I decided to make my peace with it because I realized that life itself is nothing but an endless tug of war between the things that we want to do and the things that we have to do. I found my peace when I realized that life itself is nothing but a game of temptation. Back to you.
Thank you very, very much, Toastmaster Henok Bekele. Now we give 1 minute of silence for the judges to ballot their scores. Timer, please show me red at 1.
Contest chair, 1 minute is up.
Thank you very much, timer. Our third contestant, Toastmaster Wambui. Please unmute yourself. Perfect. Please say legacy of African legends.
Legacy of African legends.
Perfect. Can you see the timer?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Third contestant, Toastmaster Wambui Karebe, surviving email dramas and other work adventures. Surviving email dramas and other work adventures, Toastmaster Wambui Karebe.
How many of you have those colleagues at work that you just want to call pretty every day? I see that look that some of you are giving me, judging that might be highly inappropriate for work, but I mean pretty annoying. Let me see, by a show of hands, those of you who have some pretty annoying colleagues at work. Okay, I see those hands, thank you. Me too. It's been 4 years since the world was collectively forced into the world of remote work. Though we should all by now be seasoned virtual workers, sometimes mishaps happen. Today, I'll share with you 3 amusing moments from my remote work experience, though I'm pretty sure that some of these scenarios will be relevant to those in the physical workforce. To begin, awkward icebreakers. You know, those well-intentioned attempts at thawing awkwardness between team members. Icebreakers can work well at increasing team engagement and to lighten the mood. If you're one of those diligent workers who actually joins a call on time, you may have had to participate in these moments of forced fun. The one icebreaker question that absolutely grinds my gears, questions about the weather. Why? I mean, it's either one of 3. It's hot, it's cold, or both. So why force me to have to be creative with my idea? You know, maybe the next time someone asks me that question, I'm going to respond with, I'm currently experiencing a 100% chance of procrastination with a light drizzle of sarcasm. How's your weather, Joe? I actually have a colleague called Joe. So, to the business leaders here with us today, if you're in charge of icebreakers at your office, I implore you, please make them fun. Feel free to see me at the back of the tent for some really cool ideas. Second, email mishaps. Do you ever log into your email and see a large number of emails on a particular thread? And then you know there must be some drama. You may even start to play a solo game of charades as you try and imagine what's going on in the thread, because the subject may be chaotic with unnecessary capitalization. So you open and start to read, and the person begins, as per my last email, and you know, this person means business. It's going down. They're bringing the receipts. You read along and then they end with, do let me know if you'd like me to shed more light on this matter. And you know what they're doing there? They are asking the respondent, daring them really, to try them one more time before they release their wrath on them. Lastly, the Friday dilemma. You've been working hard all week, and suddenly, finally, it's 2 p.m. on a Friday. Then you get an incoming Slack message from your boss, and she's giving you a new task. But she's asking you to kindly complete it by end of day Monday. I mean, really? It could be worse though. She could be asking you to hop on a quick call to discuss the matter. And girl, both you and I know that that meeting is going to be anything but long. Wouldn't it be great if we could get to the end of the week without having to be fueled by caffeine and determination? Wouldn't it be cool if we could have an out-of-office email autoresponder that goes something like, "Hi, boss. My brain is currently somewhere on a beach in Diani, sipping pina coladas. Might be back on Monday. Ha ha. Or not." Again, to the bosses in the room, let's leave Fridays to work on light tasks and enjoy the coming of the weekend. As I conclude, while work may sometimes bring its fair share of pretty annoying colleagues and moments, our collective experience makes it worth the while. So whether you have to participate in awkward icebreakers, decipher email conversations, or survive the Friday dilemma, may we learn to appreciate and notice the humorous moments in our work life. Cheers to more work adventures. Over to you, Contest Chair.
Thank you very, very much, Toastmaster Wambui. Timer, please show me red. At 1 minute, we give 1 minute of silence for the judges to ballot their scores.
One minute is up, Contest Chair.
Thank you very much, Timer. Now, the contest is done. Now we will interview the contestants based on their speaking order. So the first contestant, Toastmaster Mamayi, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, hello.
Perfect. Essay, please spotlight Toastmaster Mamayi.
Hi.
All right. On my side, yes. Now you've been spotlighted. Perfect.
Welcome. Thank you very much for coming. I would like to invite.
Unmute, yes. Thank you, Essay. Toastmaster Mamayi. As we know, humorous contests are mostly like to be hard because you have to make people laugh and it's virtual. So how was the session? How was the contest for you?
Yeah, it was it was a bit hard, truth be told, because you wouldn't know how the audience is going to respond it or if they're going to relate to it. But I believe some things are funny for me, and I hope they're as funny for everybody else. And well, while I was training, I'm trying to catch, I'm trying to give a moment for people to laugh, and it was really hard. Truth be told, it was hard because not seeing people reaction, and humor it's something you give to people. It's giving them a chance to laugh, and not seeing them receiving it makes it a bit hard. That was it.
Well, you did it. And one quick advice for anyone who wants to do a humorous speech contest.
Don't be scared to try it. I think many people are scared to try humorous speech. I mean, like, I only signed up just for the sake of signing up and didn't jump here. So don't be scared to try it. I mean, we all have that sarcastic bone in our, so try it. That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mamayi. SAS, please give certificate of participation for Toastmaster Mamayi. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. The second contestant, Toastmaster Henok Bakala. Please unmute yourself. Estelle, please help me spotlight. Yes. Toastmaster Henok Bakala.
Hey, Makdi.
Hey, so tell us the humorous speech journey, contest journey for you. You went to the club and also won the era. So how was the journey?
So my journey towards pursuing this humorous path is somewhat interesting because I joined Toastmasters, I think, less than a year ago. So I'm relatively still new to the Toastmasters. And it's been interesting because I didn't intend on pursuing a humorous path, but for some reason, people noticed that I have the talent for it. And I said, why not? Let's do it.
Well, we must, thank those people, like you said, that bring you here. So,
I think I'd like to thank Dina, our VPE, because she's the one who insisted on me participating in a humorous speech contest. And so far, it turned out well. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. And very quick advice for everyone, a quick advice for someone to go and enter into the humorous speech contest. A quick advice you would give.
Just like what Toastmaster Mamayi said, go ahead and do it. You may have a secret talent and you may end up surprising yourself and surprising others. So there's no need to wait. Just go ahead and do it.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Henok. Now we give you the certificate of participation.
All right.
SAS, please help me give Toastmaster Henok his certificate of participation. Thank you very, very much. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Henok.
All right.
All right. Now the third contestant, Toastmaster Wangui. Please unmute yourself. Toastmaster Wangui, can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. So tell me your humorous speech contest journey.
So the first speech that I gave a different speech in the area and the previous contest before this. However, I had to completely write a new speech for this contest to make it funnier. Yes.
So again, back to you. Quick advice for anyone to join the contest of the humorous speech.
I like to say you should try everything at least once. Initially, my fear was that I wasn't funny, but I worked alongside my mentor and was able to find a topic that I could think of making someone laugh. So try it. It's going to be a bit of a challenge to find something that's actually funny, but in the end, you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Thank you very much. We will give you the certificate of participation for that. SAS, please help me give Toastmaster Wangui her certificate for participation. Thank you very, very much. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, we're done with the humorous speech contest. Now I'll give the podium to Toastmaster Mary Gitari. She is an anchor Toastmaster, previous president and vice president of membership, then the PR manager, Division E Council. She is the 2021-2022 president. Toastmaster Mary, back to you.
Toastmasters and guests, are you having a fun time? I hope you all are. I know that everyone has been speaking and you've been waiting for your turn. And this is it. Allow me to introduce to you Game Time. I hope you're all able to participate and put on, well, not put on your cameras, but please Get your fingers ready so that we can participate in this amazing game session. Can I see some emojis, some drum rolls? Can I see some excitement? As you know, our theme is Legacy of African Legends. And what does this mean? I'm sure everybody has been wondering. We were very inspired by the stories that have come out of Africa. We noticed that there are so many quotes when people are giving speeches that they refer to. And we said, we're going to challenge ourselves and be those people who understand the legends that come from our continent. And so I'm going to ask all of us to play this version of Kahoots that is on PowerPoint today, just because of time. Please, if you're the fastest, our SAs will help us to note who is the fastest to respond, because I'm sure these are all answers that we know. Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Some emojis. I need to see some love up in here. Can we see some emojis, please? All right. There you go. So the first question. Who was the last emperor of Ethiopia and a prominent figure in African politics and international diplomacy? Can I see some answers in the chat? Okay. These are very clever people. You're correct. It is Haile Selassie. And I'm sure there's a way that, yes, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Well done. Thank you. I'm so glad that I am surrounded by such clever people. The second question. There's somebody who said there comes a point where we must stop pulling people out of rivers. Let's go upstream and find out where they're failing. Who said this? This is a multiple choice. Emily, well done. People are completely, who else? Who else? Who else? Everybody knows their history here. I'm so glad to be surrounded by such clever people. Yes, the answer is Desmond Tutu. Well done to everybody who has selected that response. Our third question is, who said leadership is never given on a silver platter? Can you see that? Who's the first person to respond? I'm watching my chat. I'm seeing Samora Machel. I'm seeing Kwame Nkrumah. Who else? Don't let your fingers get tired. Please, please, please keep. Yes, Jomo Kenyatta is a good question, is a good response. Samora, okay, let's see. Drum rolls. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Now you know. Now you know. And next question. Who constructed the 11 monolithic churches in the new capital city of Ethiopia, known as Lalibela? Saint Lalibela? All the Ethiopians should not answer this question. Kenyans. Okay. I see the answer is already revealed. This is King Lalibela. I was not able to find a recent photo of him, but this is what I found. Thank you very much to all the responses. Our next question, who said the revolution must remain? Patrice Lumumba, Samora Machel, Thomas Sankara, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Well done. Lumumba, Patrice. Any more responses? Okay, and here's the reveal. Samora Machel. Yes, we learn something new every day. And this is an easy one. Who said, until we change our attitudes, as Africans, we will be in it. We will be in it. Until we change our attitude as Africans, we will be in it. Lumumba, Mandela, Machel, Nyerere. Okay, let's see. Patrice Lumumba. Yes, we learned something new. Another one. Now, who said you cannot protect the environment unless you empower people? Everybody knows this one. This is the simplest one. Wangari, Maathai. More answers, more answers. Ben Okiri. I think you've all caught on to this by now. This is our Nobel Peace Prize winner, Wangari Maathai. Who said no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails? This is an easy one. Yes. If you've not typed in the chat, this is your chance to show yourself. Well done, everybody. This is really good. Thank you. Kofi Annan. Mandela. It is definitely Nelson Mandela, one of the greatest African legends. And this one, who said our children may learn about the heroes of the past. Our task is to make ourselves architects of the future. Can we have responses for this one? Kwame Samora. Kenyans, please try. I'm seeing Brian, Demilesh. Keep trying. Let's get some answers in there. Okay. Looks like this one is a hard one. Okay. It is our very own first President Jomo Kenyatta. Now, I think in the interest of time, what we're going to do is stop here because we have our break that is coming up right now. I want to welcome our SAA to please give us some music so that we can enjoy a fantabulous break. Is there a word like fantabulous? Please grab a cup of coffee, get a bathroom break, and allow yourself to come back energized and refreshed. We're just almost halfway. We have 2 more contests to go, and we are excited to have you back. SAA, take it away. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you have grabbed your cup of tea, you've drunk some water, and you are now refreshed thoroughly. Toastmasters and guests, we have ourselves a true legend in the house. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker number 2, Emily Manjero. She is the communications manager at Smile Train Africa. And one of the reasons that I invited Emily today is because of her amazing accomplishments as a Toastmaster. In the 2023 Toastmasters East Africa Conference, Emily swept 3 contests. She won the Evaluation, International, and Humorous Speech contests. Won, not just participated, but she actually won them. She's an active community member where she mentors high school students and has served as the past president at Rafiki Toastmasters and contributes as a Rotarian. Emily holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism from USIU Africa and is a member of the Chartered Institute of Public Relations. She's a former TV presenter on Shinda Washinde, which is a charitable program with the Kenya Red Cross Society, and she has moderated high-profile panel sessions, including the UHC Day national celebrations in Kenya. Toastmasters and guests, please join me in welcoming to the virtual podium, Emily Manjero. Over to you, Emily.
Let me see if I can be a very good audio or radio presenter, since I still cannot start my video. Good morning, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Hoping you are having a fantastic morning. It is such a privilege of mine to be with you, and I am looking forward to the Sergeant at Arms allowing me to just start my video so you guys can see the voice behind this amazing face. I assure you that my presentation is going to be nothing short of a rib-cracking, okay, I'm kidding. It's going to be nothing short of a very interesting discussion. It's saying that I still cannot start my video, but then the Sergeant at Arms is determined to look for the particular button that he must push to allow me to start my video. In a minute now, I am going to come onto the stage. It's going to be quite exciting. I still cannot start my video. Co-host, thank you. Toastmasters and guests, good morning, good evening, Where are you joining us from? I am so grateful. One of the reasons why I accepted to take this speaking engagement is because we short people stick together. I have 2 questions for our fellow guests today. One, what are you reading? Please type in the chat for me. Humor me, please, for a second. What are you reading right now, currently? No one is reading books. No one is reading magazines. You guys have been taken over by TikTok. Loonshot. Okay, Loonshot. Interesting. I'd be curious about what that book is. Pachinko. Interesting. I just put a blurb of what that is all about. Expert Secrets. Hey, Jerry Gavi is a serious person. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Nairobi. Wow, Rehab. Interesting. Thank you guys for sharing that. Question number 2. How many of us have smiled at our workplace? How many of us really do laugh at our workplace? Show of hands, or you can just type me. Yeah? Pretty interesting. Now the numbers have just gone lower. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share with you an experience that I've had about, humor. I am currently reading The Continent magazine, which is an Africa-based magazine that talks about politics and all the struggles that we're going through as Africans, but put in with a lot of wit and humor, and I love that. And where I work is I am so enamored by the work because, well, smile is written all over it. But I'll be very honest, ladies and gentlemen. When growing up, I was always the bubbly, energetic kind of person. So I will tell you that I have not grown up at all. The little child is still very much alive in me. But somewhere along the way, my mother told me, or rather was admonishing me, that you don't have to smile at everybody. There's not everyone that you smile at is going to be very pleased with you. And we all know that. We've possibly experienced some people that we have smiled at that literally stabbed us in the back. And if you're like Wamboi Karebe, who is working with people who can be so annoying, so much energy, maybe I'm one of those people who has, annoyed her. That being said, when I was now getting into high school, my self-esteem sort of waned a little bit. Whether it was about being a teenager or the loss of my father, I wasn't so sure about it. But the one thing that I knew I had going was a personality. When I now got into college, things got even worse. There's nothing as bad for a mother as your daughter who's 19 coming to you and telling you they're pregnant, and they will not even reveal the father because the father has, he's left, exit stage left. It was hard, to be honest, guys. It was very, very tough. But the boyfriend at the time, as I was now transitioning into my college life, was very helpful when he edited my CV and said, Emily has a warm, engaging personality. I thought to myself, hey, warm, engaging personality. So he's seeing my jokes, or maybe he just thinks I'm too energetic for life. So, I got to venture into the work life with my warm and engaging personality, hoping that many doors would open. But did the doors open? Not all the time. Was I always getting my way through? Not all the time. But when it came to working and engaging at work, it was so much fun. There's a study that was carried out by the Harvard Business Review that said 27% of leaders who engage with humor are more admired and are more credible, and the teams that they engage with are actually more committed. So when I think about my career in the past, and when I was starting out with participating in the contests, first of all, friends are jokers. There are friends you have to keep, and then there are friends who are jokers. Someone told me, just participate in the contest. Then I'm like, yeah, do 4 of them. And I thought, are you kidding me? And then here I am. The idea of me coming to Hollywood may not have really revealed itself, but District 114 2023 contest triple threat it just has a nice ring to it. So most of the time, we may look at humor or an engaging personality, as mine would be, as something that makes you look or feel like a joker. On the contrary, I have about 3 ways that I have observed that people can become more engaging, they become more humane, it becomes more entertaining, and you get to love the job you do. 3 things that you will learn about working with humor. One is that it's, first of all, something that you can learn. Stanford Business School literally have a course that is called Humor Serious Business. But not all of us can go to Stanford. So we have Toastmasters, which has engaging humor as a pathway. And you can use it to be able to embed humor and make it feel a little lighter. Trust me when I tell you, the work that we do can be very draining. If you're going to take away something from what I'll share today, it's 3 things. One is that when you are engaging with humor, remember, it's not about you, it's about you. When I say you is I, and when I say you is about them. So engage people outward facing. The second thing is that don't be awkward, okay? Sometimes some jokes can be very unnerving, but there's the reason why Google exists. We have those nice icebreakers that will not bore Wambui and her colleagues, but they will be very engaging and entertaining. Last, but certainly not least, it's okay to appreciate your design flaws. In fact, they make you look a lot more credible. I will leave you with the words of forget her name, Ray McIntyre. No. Let me see. Her name is, yes, Reba McIntyre. She said that to succeed in life, you need 3 things. You need a wishbone, you need a backbone, and you need a funny bone. So, where's your sense of humor? Back to you, Mary Gitari.
Where is our sense of humor? Thank you very much, Emily. And yes, thank you for saying yes to the Short People's Army. Anyone who came for TCon 2023 knows that we had our own corner of people under 5'5", and we were very 5'5", yes. We were very happy to share all the short people jokes. And that's what we love about meeting physically for Toastmasters meetings. Now, Emily, you have shared very intimate details of your life, and we're so happy that you were able to get to connect with you even more deeply. I just want to understand what keeps you coming back to Toastmasters?
That's me. Okay. Thanks, SAA. Why do I keep coming back? It's because the more you live, the more you see opportunities for growth. And when you see opportunities for growth, you want to step into those spaces. Richard Branson says that when you find an opportunity, say yes, and then figure out how to do things. Toastmasters gives me that safe space to figure things out before I go out there. So that's why I keep coming back.
And what's your one piece of advice to the winners of today's contest who will then proceed to the Toastmasters East Africa Conference?
Hey, is it one or many? First of all, have fun with it. It's not a one on end all. There's many who have come in and they still contest every now and then. So have fun with it.
Thank you very much, Emily. And now request our SAA to give Emily her certificate of appreciation and wish her all the best with the rest of her day. Thank you very much. Toastmasters and guests, we are now in our 3rd contest, and it is the Table Topics Contest. You know that section where people speak impromptu? This is it. And we have a contest chair to take us through that. Toastmasters and guests, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce to you Erastus Oko. Erastus has 15 plus years as a business growth support expert. He's a consultant and organizational development expert, yes, who supports businesses to increase revenue and profits. You definitely want to speak to him if you're running your own business. On the Toastmasters front, he has been a Toastmaster for more than 6 years and is a dual member of K Toastmasters and Watabaruku Bilingual Club. He's currently serving as Club Extension Lead, and he has been the past Division B Director, having served in different EXCO roles in his club. Please help me to welcome to the virtual podium, Erastus Oko.
Thank you so much. And I can see that the SAA wields power to unmute or not. Thank you so much, Mary Gitari, for that exciting introduction. I'm really, really glad to be able to participate in this contest today, featuring Division E. And I love Ethiopia. I was there in the beginning of the year and I absolutely enjoyed, met some of the good friends and Toastmasters over there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is an interesting day, an exciting day for all the Toastmasters in Division E, featuring Ethiopia and I think some clubs from Kenya. I will be your contest chair, taking up from the first contest chair who did a very good job. So the table topics contest. I would like to welcome you all to this exciting table topics contest. And we have a total of 4 contestants. I've been informed that the Toastmaster statement has been already displayed and read, so we will go straight to the next element. We have a group of 4 contestants, and the order of their speaking is Samrawit Moges as the first contestant, Tireno Almarie is the second contestant, Vivian Goge is contestant number 3, and number 4 is Samira Ibrahim. Samira Ibrahim, if she will be showing up. The contestants met the eligibility requirement to participate in this contest and were certified in writing. And the order of contestants that I picked was done in a fair process. To start the event, I would like to invite the Chief Judge to explain the rules and judging criteria of the contest. Over to you, Chief Judge.
Thank you so much, Contest Chair. Good morning once again. For the table topics contest, the judges will be looking at 3 main criteria. The first being content, which comprises 55% of the total score, and it includes speech development and effectiveness. The second main criteria will be speech delivery, which comprises 30% of the total score, and that includes things like the physicality as well as the voice. And the final criteria will be language, which comprises 15% of the total score, and that includes things like appropriateness of the message and correctness of the language used. For this particular contest, each contestant will get 1 to 2 minutes to deliver their table topic speech, and our timer number 1 will display the green signal at the first minute. They will display the yellow signal at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and they will display the red signal at 2 minutes. For this contest, we have 2 timers, 3 ballot counters, 7 judges, and 1 tie-breaking judge. All are ready. Best wishes to all contestants. Back to you, Mr.
Thank you, SA. Maybe I can just stay unmuted. Well, I want to now call upon the SA to share, or the head SA, to give us the protocol. Head SA, you can give us the quick protocol.
The protocol was shared at the beginning. Over to you.
Okay, so we don't need to do it again. Now let me call upon the chief timer. I know the chief judge mentioned the timing, so I don't know whether it's necessary to call upon, but maybe just the chief timer to mention that.
Not necessary, contest
Not
chair.
necessary. So all the contestants will receive the same question at the start of the contest. At the start of the contest, all contestants except the first one will be moved to the breakout room. Before we commence the contest, I would like to confirm that the head SA, that we have all our contestants in the room. SA, maybe you can confirm that for me.
I confirm that we have 3 contestants. We do not have Toastmaster Semira.
Okay, so that means all the contestants except Semira, who is not probably participating. 1 minute of silence will be observed by all after each contestant to allow the judges to cast the ballot. As we prepare to listen to our contestants, I would like to remind you all to remain muted at all times and ensure you have your videos off. For the contestant, I wanted to mention that I will call out your name, read out the question, the table topics question, read out the table topics question and call out your name. And at that point, you should be able to begin speaking by giving a sign of whether you start communicating verbally or using a nonverbal cue. I will now request our SA to have Tirune and Vivian join a breakout room so that only Samrawit Moges will remain. And once that's ready, maybe you can just tell me that's done.
I confirm that our second SAA and our 2 table contestants, the second and the third, are in the breakout room, contest chair.
Thank you so much, our head SAA, Dr. Kevin. I want to call upon our first contestant, Samrawit Moges, to start their video. I can see you, madam. I hope you are ready.
Yes, I am.
All right. Please confirm that you can see the timer.
Yes, I can see.
You can see the timer?
Yes, I am.
All right.